It's a small community, it's really close-knit. I teach at Galway High School. I love that you can see kids after you have them because I teach 9 through 10, so then I still get to know them as 11th and 12th graders, and I know some of their siblings from stopping by after school.
This is my 36th year at Galway. I've been head of the English department for the past few years. I teach largely English 12 students and college credit students. I've never had a book in my department challenged before from our curriculum.
This year, our school experienced 2 challenges over the summer, so the students are aware of those challenges, and I think that they're a little bit more curious now because it hits close to home.
The local school coming under fire, the Galway School District voting on whether to remove 2 books from the curriculum after community complaints.
These are the 2 books the Board of Education is considering banning. The 57 bus is about race, class, and gender, while Ink Knows No Borders is a collection of poetry from immigrants and refugees.
Part of our philosophy in New York State, I think, through the State Ed Department, is that that's our job, to help students, on one hand, develop empathy, to understand people and experiences other than themselves and their own. One of the policies that we've relied heavily on in this process of having our books challenged is the selection policy that the board has put together for us to follow, how we choose materials for our classroom, and then a very careful, systematic way for parents, community members to challenge our choices.
And I felt that we had done our due diligence as a department, and I felt that our administrators were doing their side correctly. So I felt that regardless of the outcome, whether the books were kept or not kept, that I wasn't personally at risk in some way, even if I would be upset if the books were removed. Initially, parents shared concerns with me. I forwarded them to our administration. They met with the administration. They weren't happy with that. They then filed a formal complaint against the books, and a committee was formed. The committee decided to keep the books, and then it goes to the superintendent because the parents were still not pleased with that answer.
Superintendent of schools reads the book, carefully looks at the notes from the meeting, and then makes a ruling. In both cases this year, our superintendent of schools upheld the choice of books, and in both cases, the community member or parent still continued to disagree and took it then to the Board of Education.
And that was a public vote that got quite a big turnout in our community. Initially, it was split 3-3 with one board member being absent, and then at the second vote, only one board member voted to remove the books from the curriculum. I think that when we limit ideas and contents for students, we are limiting their world. We are not being authentic about the way that the world is, and we are making it harder for them to adjust to a world beyond the bubble that they have in high school or in school in general.